in lesson 2.6 is called the median. We're going to answer how can we display data with a line plot and how can we find the median. Okay, so in lesson 2.5, we talked about looking at data on a tally chart. So I can also make a tally chart for the amount of siblings children in my class have. So, right, some children in my class have 0 siblings, okay? Some children in my class have 0 siblings, some children in my class have 1 sibling, some children in my class have 2 siblings. So for instance, Luca Miranda, he has 0 siblings, okay? But Emily, Alice, and Guy have 2 siblings. So I'll put a timer for Emily, a timer for Alice, a timer for Guy. And about 15 students only have 1 sibling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So right away, I can find my minimum, okay? And I can find my maximum, okay? And I can find my range. Remember we said, so the minimum would be 0. The maximum would be 2. And I can get the range by subtracting the maximum minus the minimum, or 2 minus 0, and the range will equal the range. So my range is 2. So now let's talk about looking at data on a line plot. So if I wanted to take this data, instead of looking at a tally chart, I can also look at it on a line plot. I make a line plot by making a line, and on the bottom, I plot the data, and on top, I plot how many times I see it for the frequency. So here, I can plot how many times I see, how many children have 0 siblings, how many children have 1 sibling, how many children have 2 siblings. So like I said, okay, 3 children have Guy, Alice, and Emily have 2 siblings. Luca has 0 siblings, and 15 children have 1 sibling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay? So remember, our minimum is the lowest value, our maximum is the greatest value, and our mode is the number that we see the most. So what is our mode? 1. Okay? Now let's talk about how do we find the median. To find the median, we're going to put our data in order from minimum to maximum, or we can put it in order from maximum to minimum. And then we find the value in the middle. So minimum, we had 1 person with 0. We had 15 children with 1 sibling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we had 3 children that had 2 siblings. Or I can start from the maximum. The maximum was Alice had 2 siblings, Guy had 2 siblings, and Emily had 2 siblings. We had 15 children with 1 sibling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 1 child had 0 siblings. So, in order to, now, we're going to answer how do we find the median? The median is the value right in the middle, would be the median, okay? But sometimes, so you're wondering, what if you had 2 values in the median, in the middle? So if you had 2 values in the median, in the middle, you'd find out what's the middle of those 2 values. So if I have a 10 and a 12, well, the median would be 11, okay? If I had an 8 and a 10, well, then the median, what would the median be? It would be 9. If I had an 8 and a 9, the median would be 8 and a half. But if we had a 6 and a 7, what would the median be? It would be 6 and a half. Or I can write like this, 6 and a half. Okay? So let's look at the value in the middle, and that will be our median. Okay? So it's not this one, it's not this one, it's not this one, it's not this one. I'm going to use a different color for this. It's not this one, it's not this value, it's not this value, it's not this one's not in the middle, this one's not in the middle, this one's in the middle. Sometimes it helps to cross it out. This one's not in the middle, this one's not in the middle. No, 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 no. There's my value in the middle. So my median is 1. If I do it from maximum to minimum, will I get the same median? Let's see. Not this, not this. No, 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 and here's my median. So in this data set, the median value of siblings is 1. Okay, the max is 2, the minimum is 0, and the range is the maximum minus the minimum. So how do we make a line plot? Well, we make a line, we put the values in the bottom, and then we can use an X to write down how many times we see that value in the frequency. How do we find the median? Either you can, one strategy is to put an order from minimum to maximum and find the value in the middle, or to put an order from maximum to minimum and find the value in the middle. If you have 2 values in the middle, well, what's in the middle of those 2 values? Okay? All right, good luck and goodbye.